Hello, everyone. Welcome to Drop Frames, episode 93. 7 more episodes, and I finally don't have to see these two idiots anymore. I can't wait. Our guest today is none other than Fairlight Excalibur. I don't know why I stuttered with your name. Thanks for being on the show, Fairlight. How you been, man?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me. And yeah, I've always wanted to go back and get a shorter name, but it's too late now.
Yeah, I mean, you could just go Fairlight. I don't know. They've done some name changes for other streamers, but it's up to you.
But there's
Hey,
like
they just made
like,
Tangent Gaming Tangent.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, there's like an infamous hacker group called the Fairlight Group or something like that, and I was like, I don't necessarily know that I want to associate with that or have them get upset at me.
Yeah, maybe they'll get upset at you. Don't do that. That's probably a good thing. We have a shit ton to talk about. For some reason, it's a perfect storm of things to talk about, basically. We've got games out the ass. We've got Neo. We've got Conan. We've got this real weird, not that great game called For Honor to talk about. What else am I missing?
Now, JP, if you got
Wildlands,
you'd like it.
Hold on.
Cole, you've been saving that for 2 weeks because of what I said on my stream. I know.
2 weeks.
I know.
2 weeks.
If you got good, you'd
Zeke, can you explain to me what the fuck that is? Because I saw Strippin wearing that. He looked like a goddamn idiot. What is that?
Straight. It's my crown.
Because you won?
It's the crowns they stole at the event.
Hold on.
Right.
Zeke, I have a serious question. That's all you got for winning yesterday?
No, it's not all we got.
What else did you get?
Glory.
Oh, my God. Hey, Zeke, when I won a Battlefront competition, I got an entire theater rented out for me. So I'm just saying.
Hey, you know what? Priorities.
I'm just saying, look, once again, For Honor gets another strike against it from me, Zeke. You guys should have gotten a theater.
I did get something. I did get something else.
Did you?
Well, it wasn't for winning, though. It wasn't for winning. It was just for going.
Yeah.
I got a beer from Jason Momoa, Khal Drogo.
Shit. Is it his piss? Is it Aquaman's piss? Is that
No,
beer?
it's Guinness.
Oh.
Just real short story. We were sitting down practicing. He was sitting next to me and Man vs. Game. And he had a beer because that's one of his riders in his clause is ice cold Guinness and meat in his trailer. Wherever he goes, he's like, I just want there to be ice cold Guinness and meat in my trailer.
like beef jerky? Or hold on, what is meat?
I don't know. That's just what the guy.
Why did you ask him that? Oh, okay, that's what they told you.
Whatever.
I got you.
Pretty obviously
meat.
Yeah.
The flesh of his enemies. Have you looked at the guy?
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
But he sat down next to me, and he had a beer, and I was like, where can I get one of those? He's like, it's in my trailer, man. I was like, oh, God damn it. And I was looking at everybody's, can anybody give me a beer? Eventually, he got another one and slid it over to me. He's like, here you go. Like, fuck yeah!
That's okay. That's
and
awesome.
then he told the PA guy, he was like, something happened to my beer. Can I get another one?
Do you think?
What a boss, man!
Yeah. Do you think
he was a boss, and he was really cool.
That guy sounds great. Do you think Twitch broadcasters will ever get to a place where we have writers, where we could be like, yeah, when I show up, I want to make sure that X is there.
I bet there's some that already have it. I bet there's a few YouTubers that already have it.
Wait, you guys don't have writers?
I've been improvising this whole time. I guess I'm doing it wrong. Although I do know that there were writers for when Jericho, Firefox, Sparkles, and Syndicate were doing their whole Maya Knight Minecraft stuff. They had like script writers putting together the story for them.
No,
no.
No.
I think he means rider. Like
writers. I'm saying it wrong.
Rider.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I
yeah
misheard.
Writers, as in like I want this to be there when I show up. That type of stuff. Maybe some of the bigger YouTubers have it. I don't know. I should find out.
I'd be surprised if Syndicate, not like the big Syndicate, the
Syndicate's writer is I need to be drunk when I show up.
The world to do stuff. So yeah. You get to a point when I think you're traveling more than you're at home, where it's kind of like I need to have the stuff that I want at least some part of my life.
That's true.
But thankfully, I don't think many streamers are. Well, many streamers, some are, but many streamers aren't really doing that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah.
We thrive at home. This is our domain, is doing stuff from our house generally.
Sure. Sure. We need to talk to some of the other streamers and get some writers set up for everyone.
And even when we do go places, now I'm finding myself more and more like trying to get an excuse to slip away from whatever it is just to find a computer so I can stream anyway. So
yeah. Maybe that's in every broadcaster's writer is we need a place to stream.
Actually, that's right. That's kind of funny now that you mention it. Like, I don't travel somewhere if I can't confirm I have an internet connection and a place I can set up. So, like,
yeah,
It's not meat and beer, but it's something.
Yeah, just add the sub clause meat beer, and there you go. You'll be on.
I also
Jason's
need
level.
a shank of lamb and a flagon of ale.
You need a real lamb in front of you that they then slaughter, so it's real fresh.
If you could actually bring the butcher there, I'd like it done in front of me.
Yes.
And then if you could bring a separate chef to cook it in front of me as well, over preferably an open fire pit, that'd be great.
Exactly, 100%.
Man, I got to get a lawyer or something because I'm like, can I have running water and a pillow?
You got to up your game.
Is that an option?
Yeah. I'm usually happy with a plane ticket. Like, come on now.
There you go. All right, we've wasted too much time because we have too much to talk about. Twitch decided.
We're not wasting time.
Well, I mean, we're digressing into topics.
JP is not entertained, Zeke. We're wasting time.
That's true. 100%. Twitch decided to bring out communities today. This was announced back at PAX South 2 weeks. We haven't had a show since then to discuss it. And now it's out there and it's live. And I think I don't want to put words in the mouth of every broadcaster, but I haven't seen anyone like, fuck yeah, I'm excited for communities. Maybe we should introduce it first before we bash it too much. I'll let you introduce it.
Okay.
Before we bash it too
Now,
much, let's give it to the guy who's bashing it the most before the show.
No, I'm not. Thanks for spoiling it, Zeke.
Yeah, God, man.
Here's the thing about communities, and this is an important thing to mention. Nobody knows where it's going. The people that made it don't necessarily know where it's going. Right now, communities are a concept with a maybe this will work implementation, but it's going to change a lot of things.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know what communities are very similar to subreddits. It is a user taking on themselves to make a community, which then any streamer can stream to at their leisure, but the person that made the community can then moderate and ban and remove people from that community. So the positive idea about this that I keep hearing over and over is now we can have a speedrunners community. So it doesn't matter what game you're playing, but if you're speedrunning, you can all be under the same umbrella, right? Seems kind of cool. That could have also be accomplished with a game directory, but it seems kind of cool. Now, then that brings up the next question that almost everyone is asking is, okay, wait, if there's a speedrunning community and there's a speedrunner in it that is the biggest on Twitch, what happens when he pisses off the moderator of the speedrunning community and gets removed?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing.
Does that mean that speedrunner is no longer going to show up in that community? Also, and here's where it starts, here's where a bunch of other questions come up. I'm a streamer. When I start my stream, do I go to the community that best fits my channel? Do I go to the community I made? Or what I think 99% of streamers that are going to do that care about growth, are they going to go to what communities are there, find the biggest one that they can stream in without getting banned, and then just pick that so they have more exposure?
Yeah.
And then it comes up, okay, well, if you're doing that, does that mean you're monitoring the communities page your entire stream and jumping around to whatever community coincides with what you're doing to get to the top? And again, this is for people that are looking for followers, like new streamers and stuff like that. Let's say Lyric jumps on and he's in a community. Well, his community would immediately go to the top. Does that mean I instantly want to get in Lyric's, whatever Lyric's doing? And then, so I'll be in the same community as he's in and people have a better chance of seeing me? Like, the idea of community is a cool idea, but with as much other stuff that's on Twitch, it's going to become a tool. And that's, I don't think what it was its intended purpose. Also, what's going to happen when we see moderators go out of control? What's going to happen when we see moderators build up a giant community and then just ban all the people they don't like? So only the people that are big and a few of their friends are in it. There's all these questions. And again, I don't think Twitch knows the answer to them. And another big thing, and here's the last thing I'll say about it, is communities are another avenue for viewers to find streams. They've got follow lists, they've got game directories, and they've got communities. By adding communities, you are, no question, taking people that would be using game directories or would be using these other methods. So if you're not using communities, does that mean you're at a disadvantage of those that are? And how much is Twitch going to promote communities? Are we going to start seeing Twitch prioritize game communities over game directories? Is it going to become the kind of thing where we go to the front page of Twitch and it's like the featured community of the day and it's run by a user and not a Twitch person?
Yeah.
And also another question that came up today, a Twitch person tweeted out that he was starting a game community for a game. So I am starting a game community for Neo. Does that mean that the Twitch Neo community is basically exactly the same as the Neo game directory, since most people would want to stream to it that are playing it, except now there's a moderator. So it's like it's an identical thing, but it's just the one but everyone I don't like isn't in it.
Right. Yeah.
Or everyone bigger than me.
Exactly. Like you could have someone try to be the top of a community and they could just kick people that join that are bigger than them. And have a ton of smaller streamers in that sense.
Real quick also to mention, because I think this is really important, Twitch did release the API with communities when it was available. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. It's a big step forward for Twitch, and I want them to know that there's many of us out there that really appreciate that. That's a huge step forward.
Yeah.
But now that brings up all sorts of other questions. Like, okay, let's say, I'm on the stream team New Game Plus. If we make a team New Game Plus community, anytime I'm streaming and other big streamers aren't on, that means it'll be at the top. Well, then is it okay if we just make a bot that bans all non-stream team people
Right.
from the community?
Right.
And then at that point, do I just get to ride out all the people that click the community tab to come to me and my buddy's streams? Is that okay? What do we do? When I go live, in the mornings, I get between 10 and 15,000 people generally. Right now, the top community has 6,000 last I looked. Does that mean I can just make my own community, ride to the very top of the community list, and then everyone who's watching my stream can then come in and get publicity off of me? Again, so many questions with this.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to not only see how people utilize communities, but what type of utilization people are going to do. Is it going to be community focused? Is it going to be advancement focused? Is it going to be utilizing these features to my advantage that has nothing to do with communities focused? It's going to be interesting. And I'm done. That's it. That's what communities are, and that's where we're sitting right now.
I feel like with the community thing, they pushed it out and then they're going to go back and change a ton of stuff.
Well,
I feel like it's such a beta program. Go ahead, Zeke.
It is beta. That's important to mention. Yeah.
There is there's the community's policies, and one of them is it says it's the inclusivity policy. And it's just real short. Communities are an opportunity to bring people together around topics of shared interest, which helps foster a safe environment. Although it is acceptable to create community rules that are designed for specific types of broadcast or content, whether based on skill or gameplay reasons, i.e. Diva-only Overwatch community, and to act upon those rules when doing so, keep in mind that discrimination based on race, ethnicity, gender, blah, 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 we all know, is prohibited. Our guidance here is to be respectful, kind, compassionate, authentic, respecting other people's times, personal choices, and personal boundaries is essential to creating a safe and trust community. Bullying, harassment, exploitation, and acts of hate threaten a community. These types of behavior acts will not be tolerated in any form.
So it's just another thing for them to moderate as well, then. It sounds like a big thing to moderate, because how do you discern if someone just fucking doesn't like someone because they have a beard? And
another thing to throw in, someone just said something in chat that has me worried more than anything. Somebody just said, well, this is why I'm going to leave Twitch eventually. That was just said in chat. And guess what? That's not the first time I've seen that. It's like that kind of stuff is very concerning to hear. When stuff like this major and groundbreaking and game changing is just kind of like, here you go, guys. And it's kind of like,
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do what we can.
There's also
but a lot of people are going to see that and just go, this is convoluted. This is too much. This is
I already feel
and that's what I'm worried about. That's really concerning to see when multiple people are saying stuff like that.
I think it's pretty interesting too for when you go to create a community. Here, I could show this on stream. I think I'm not showing anything that it shouldn't be. When you go to create this, there's no sense of putting a password on it or anything like that. So literally it's inviting people to just spam your community if you have a group that doesn't like you, to just join and spam your fucking community with 1 billion people. Because I think as long as you have a Twitch account, I think you can join a community, but I guess you have to go live. So then people have to go live.
And here's what's important. You can it's like a subreddit where technically anyone can post. So you can join any community you want to, and that's a good thing. The only way to get out of it is if the person moderating the group actually removes you. But yeah, and by the way, points are really good in chat, and I think it's also a good point that people always say they're going to leave Twitch when new features are introduced and stuff like that. But,
very true.
Which is true. But you know, you have to look at that stuff. You don't just brush it under the rug. Like, you know, trust me, streamers pay attention to that kind of stuff. So
yeah, I mean, here's another thing. What was that, Zing?
I want to get what Fairlight thinks.
Yeah, Fairlight, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, it's, I mean, as far as people leaving Twitch, it's become a more saturated platform than it was 2 years ago, and it's infinitely harder to get started now. Like, a small streamer trying to build their channel now just has, like, infinitely more hurdles to overcome than anyone who was doing this a couple of years back when we were all getting started. So adding one more potential blockade, and I understand communities is supposed to help people get exposure, but if large broadcasters manipulate the system or if moderators abuse it, it could have the opposite effect, where basically just the rich get richer kind of a thing, especially if, like what Cohh was talking about, you know, you could always have your community always listed at the top of the page by simply just getting all your friends in there. So it's a valid concern, but I mean, if people are going to leave the platform, they're going to do it one way or the other. I don't think communities would be a massive deal breaker for that many people. I did hear what you were saying, Cohh, about like just making your community specifically a game community. Oh, well, this is just a Neo community now, and therefore it's directly competing with the Neo game directory. And as you said that, I just pulled up the communities directory, and as you mentioned, speedrunning, that is the top one. But then after that, we have Super Mario Maker, Destiny, Rainbow Six. These are all already existing communities that are doing exactly that. So it's almost going to become an alternative follow directory. The real question is, how much traffic is the community page going to pull away from typical game directories? I had suggested, or not suggested, but I had stated on stream several times that I always thought Twitch should have like a genre category. You know, sort by action, adventure, RPG, MOBA, whatever. Put your favorite ones on there. So I guess this is kind of a step in that direction. But the fact that it's, I think most of these complaints stem from the fact that it's moderated by users. That's where the real potential for abuse occurs. Because we already see similar features implemented specifically by CSGO, which is already synced to your Steam account and can tell what map you're playing on. So users watching CSGO can say specifically, I only want to watch CSGO on, you know, Dust 2. I only like Dust 2. I don't know the other maps. I'm only going to watch Dust 2. Yeah. So we've seen that, and it didn't really, I don't think it had any adverse effect on the CSGO page, but that's automated. So I think that's a little bit different than something that has room for user manipulation.
And I'm kind of wondering, like, I know there's many and varied differences, but as a whole, why didn't we take the teams that we can create
and flesh that out
and make that a tab?
Yeah.
Or the tag system in creative where you can put a hashtag in your title. Like, why couldn't we just have all the speedrunners put hashtag speedrunning, and then you could search for that? Like, the focus. Another thing, and Fairlight, you brought up a really good point, and I think the big thing about this that is going to be decided by that is Twitch. Like, how much are we going to see communities get spotlighted? Are we going to start seeing communities in, you know, are new viewers and regular viewers going to be funneled into communities, or are they going to be funneled into game directories? Because that is a very different thing depending on which one you go to. Also, this means theoretically that if Twitch were to spotlight a community, it's kind of like, well, I guess I know what I'm doing today. You know, it brings up these new questions where it's like, who's going to decide this stuff? When is it going to be decided? Are people that choose to opt out of communities going to be penalized because the viewers that they would normally get in their game directory are being siphoned off into this new beta system? Are smaller viewers going to be helped by this or hurt by this?
And on top of that, if Twitch does say they're spotlighting a specific community, as far as my understanding is, you can opt into or out of a community at any given time. So as soon as, oh, well, we're highlighting this community today, well, boom, now you have like 200 people go, oh, we could be on the front page of Twitch. And suddenly that directory is spammed by however many broadcasters trying to take advantage of it. Not that I have anything against taking advantage of the numbers. I mean, I built my career off it, so I can't complain. But at the same time, it could also hurt the system a little bit if it becomes completely oversaturated.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been scrolling through all these communities, and some of these names are about what I would expect from anyone on the internet that can come in and create a community. Like, there's high
got some
bitrate.
winners.
There's the Leather Club with that thing. There's Lolly with a Lolly anime girl. There's the testing community meme 111 with a weird face.
Apparently, you can pick your own picture.
Like, apparently, because yeah, here's a meme right here. The Winchester cosplay.
Now that might be a game changer that you can pick your own picture. You don't have to pick like a game picture.
How do they?
Oh, boy.
I wonder if it has to be approved before it goes on, or if you could just put any picture, then it's there. I would assume there's some approval process.
I don't think so. I mean, Pedo Bear's right there.
You're right.
I'm kind of baffled that you can make communities with the identical name of game directories. That just seems like a recipe for confusion.
Yeah.
Like, because then, like, how, if to a new user to Twitch, how are they going to know if they're in a game directory with all streamers, or, you know, a user moderated area that could maybe have streamers that mod just doesn't like not in there?
Can you appear in both at once?
Yes, absolutely. Now your game, when you select to go live, you pick your game directory and your community. So you will still always be in the game directory. That is a given. But the community is all dependent on what you want to be in. So you could make your own community. You could join any existing community. Now, of course, you can't, you know, if the top community is speedrunning and you join it playing for honor or something, the mod will probably just ban you out of speedrunning, which brings up an interesting question. What happens when you want to stream speedrunning in the speedrunning community? Do you have to like contact the mod and get unbanned or something? Like, but you always show up in the game directory. That's not changing. The only difference would be if Twitch started promoting communities over the game directory. So people would not go there. They would be like, oh, Twitch is doing this community thing. Let me go check that out instead of going to my normal game directories. Then if you're not participating in the community beta, you're basically just not getting seen. Like, you're out of the listings for those people.
I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to put the show under the Russians game community. Right here. We're going to stream under that.
Drop frames?
Drop Frames is going under Russians right now on Twitch.
The only Russian I know is Niet, so I'm just going to say that for the rest of the show.
Okay.
Now, while you're doing that,
we're going to go to the top of the community page right now by being under this community. I just want you guys to be aware of that. I don't know how fast to reset.
Real quickly, can you point out to me where exactly you even click to list your channel under a community?
You have to. You have to have the new dashboard. You can't use the old dashboard to do it.
I'm on the new dashboard.
It's right under broadcast language. At the top, under title.
Broadcast language.
Niet.
You may have to expand your.
There it is. Got it.
Under stream information. Info. Sorry, yeah.
Yep.
So wait, did it push us up here? How long does it take to cache?
Cheeky breaky.
Are you just saying Russian? Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes,
hey, I'm speaking Russian.
We're under the Russian community, so now the entire show must be done in Russian from now on. So.
Niet.
Don't forget to set your chat language to Russian.
That's true. Let me set the chat language to Russian. Now, yeah. Are you seeing an issue yet, Twitch, with this whole thing? And how ridiculous this is. I don't.
So you can be a part of a community without any like gateway.
Communities are like subreddits. So you can always post, like there's no barrier to entry. The only issue is if the moderators of the community ban you, then you can, I'm guessing, no longer pick that community to stream under, or maybe just don't show up in the community's live things. I don't know.
Hey,
you can join any community.
We're the number one community.
We're the top Russian community.
The Russians are taking over Twitch, and then the USA. Wait, that's too topical. Shit, that's too topical. We're gonna get contacted now, probably by the government.
So basically, communities are like a party where everyone's invited, but once you're in there, they're like, "That guy's a dick. Get him out."
Yeah,
sort of.
Exactly.
The moderate, you can enter. What if there's no dormant, there's no bounce, so you can go into the party. But if the owner of the club fingers you at any point and says, "I want that guy out of here," you're gone permanently. And more importantly, the people doing that are not Twitch admins. They're just dudes.
Yeah.
And also, anybody who points out that Code said fingered, you're not funny.
I was going to point it out, so I guess I'll.
I didn't hear that.
Now the next question, I'm assuming you can't have duplicate named communities, right? So if someone goes and creates one and you try to create one, you can't take it.
You can have very similar ones. Right now there's 2 Kingdom Hearts. There's Kingdom Hearts speedrunning, there's Kingdom Hearts normal.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens when people start making communities for things that other people do. So it's like JP, if you want to talk about the example that you talked about before the show.
Yeah. I think Co was mentioning, I brought up the idea of one of the reasons that in the when we do role play, and anyone that does any D&D shows, regardless of if they're D&D or not, whether they're Stars Without Numbers or any rule set, you just stream under the D&D category because it's the one that's always going to have the most people on it streaming, and you get to push your numbers up on the overall game list. So now what happens if, I don't know, what happens if Geek and Sundry decides to make their own community and they don't let anyone join it except themselves? They're always going to sit at the top of the community list for that game, and they're just going to ban anyone else that comes into it. As far as I know, like, there's ways to completely manipulate that.
What's going to happen when communities become like domain squatting, where just people right now are out there getting as many communities as they can?
Oh, 100%. That's already happened.
Well, I wasn't thinking grabbing as many as they can, but I was going to say this very similar point of there's going to be a mad dash to grab the popular game titles with their exact spelling, because if you can't create more than one, what if I'm the first person to put up a Halo 5 community and suddenly, sorry, if you want to be in Halo 5, it's mine now. I got it first.
Fuck you, I'm banning
I'm going to go make a Critical Role community.
Hold on, I'm making
go make Critical Role, yeah.
I'm making For Honor community right now. Give me a second, guys.
Do it.
Here's the thing.
Twitch.tv/community/Matthew Mercer is mine.
Wait. To create a community, here's the thing. To create a community, your account must be at least 90 days old, not banned, thus in good standing, and two-factor authentication, and you can only create 5 communities total.
Okay. All right, there's some restrictions.
Your account has to be at least 90 days old first.
Okay. So I guess people are going to start making accounts today, and then in 90 days, shit's going to go.
Well, also, I wonder if it's going to be the kind of thing where if no one has broadcast to a community for X amount of days, then that community gets forfeit or something.
That would be kind of.
But then what happens if you're just like, well, I'll just use my alt account to make it again for 90 days? Like, so many questions. So many questions.
Yeah. I mean, right here, like, if you look in the list, there's Destiny, which already has a game, so I'm not sure why it has a community as well. There's Clash_Royale. There's Magic-the Gathering. There is GTA, Team NVIDIA's, I don't, Rainbow Six PC, Hearthstone-Laddering, For_Honor. Someone already stole that for you, Jesse.
Yeah, I was actually saying I just tried like 5 different variations of For Honor. They're all taken. For_Honor, For Honor without the underscore.
See,
and guess what? Whoever got those first, they own it now. They're the head admin. And well, what if they don't want to compete with me? Oh man, Fairlight's about to get on. He might get more viewers than me. Let me just bump him off, and then now that other person stays up top.
Yeah.
At least under the community
page. -war-4. Competitive Overwatch. That makes sense to me. That type of stuff maybe makes sense to me.
Now, yeah, and the thing about communities is there are some things that just make sense. There's like when you see everything that is communities, there are parts of it that are like, that's a damn good idea. Like this could work for those. But then it's like the other 80 to 90% of it is just like, what the hell's going on? But like that's the thing that you can kind of see where Twitch wanted to go with this. I'm just wondering if they didn't account for all of that other stuff that's going to become problematic. And unfortunately, I hate saying this, like blot out the good stuff that's happening. It's a little, it seems like it's more of an axe when there should have been a scalpel. Like it would have been much better, for instance, if people submitted communities and then someone at Twitch approved the communities. Yeah. And that way they'd know, it's not just a game. There's not like just redundant game categories. That's just dumb. That's just diluting it. And then they could be like, okay, and then this guy owns this community, this guy owns this community, this guy owns this community. There could be a process for if someone makes a community, then someone else could like, hey, that's actually mine. And here's the documentation that shows that I actually own that trademark. So, and then here you go. Like it just seems like it's just a subreddit system, kind of like tacked on. You know what I mean?
So I just tried to create Zconia, which is a team name that I started just, people that I, friends that I like, whatever.
Yeah.
Name is taken.
Was it one of your mods?
I don't get Zconia.
Oh, now hold on. You can't name a community after a stream team. So if it's the name of your stream team, you can't use that name.
Oh, okay.
So like I have the Coalition stream team. My community is the Coalition. So it's like you can just change it a little bit. I have New Game Plus. The community for that is Team New Game Plus. So it's basically the same. You just gotta
think of all the different variations that you can have of that too. That people are just gonna go and take right now. It's not gonna do anything, but people will find a way to exploit this, and it seems very easy to exploit. It's one of the main issues that I have with it right now.
But I mean, all of
word. Okay.
All of this comes back to one thing though. Like, is Twitch going to promote this? It's one thing, like Twitch has a lot of features right now. They've been in hardcore development for a year and a half. We've seen a lot of features get introduced, made, but not really completed, and then kind of forgotten about while they kind of move on to go do other things. Is communities going to be like a little beta thing they're testing, or is this a new direction they want the site to go in? That's what I think a lot of us want to know. And I don't know if there's an answer.
I don't know if they know. I think they want to see. I think when they push stuff like this, Twitch wants to see what the website, what Twitch as a website does with these new products.
I am just about 100% sure that they aren't sure based on dinner conversation at the last PAX where we were talking about the communities feature and just hearing like different viewpoints, even from like staff members and admins, along with a whole bunch of streamers who are sitting at the table. Like everyone has different ideas and different concerns, and it's clear that there is avenue for abuse here. But like, how much do they want to crack down on it? I guess part of the problem is like by calling it communities, you're kind of, I guess the name implies that you're entrusting it to the viewers and streamers themselves to kind of moderate it. Yeah. So would having Twitch like crack down on it kind of defeat the purpose?
Arguably. Maybe. But then it comes down to, okay, but if you want to give the users control, how much do you want to make that something that the users use amongst themselves or is integrated into our main mission statement kind of thing? Like which, how far is that going to go on the dial in terms of promotion, feature creation, administration, moderating, because Twitch is going to have to moderate on some sides. The first time a nude girls things popped up that features Conan streamers, I'm sure they're going to shoot that into the ground.
That's true.
So, only streamers that stream female, fully unclothed Conan streams, like what are they going to do about that?
Wait, you don't need
it because everyone that does Conan does it. So it's like, why would the group not be legit?
You don't need a community for that.
The face against things. So
just go look at the game page. That's already all the streams anyway. You don't need a community page for it.
Yeah. What community you guys want to stream under next? Hey, hold on. Co is social drinking. Should we go into the social drinking community?
Social drinking.
Cheers to that.
Let's do it. We're going social. I also want to know, where do you get a notification when you get kicked out of a community? Do you guys know what that is?
Shadow banning.
Yeah. Like,
what if you see yourself in the community, but no one else does?
Yeah. Like,
that would be so awesome.
Hold on. Zeke, do you have your vape pen? We're going social vaping. It's much cooler than social drinking.
Vaping category?
We're under social. It's number 1 now. Social vaping. Top community on Twitch.
Vape Nation. I don't know how to do it.
It better have that fucking. Let's see if it does. Social. Oh no, there it is. Eat, sleep, vape, repeat.
Woo! Yeah.
It's number
Vape
1.
Nation, baby.
Fat clouds is the description and the rules.
Someone goes, lol, now I own the drop frames community.
Yeah, see? They didn't even give me a chance to fucking take that shit. There's like,
this brings up a really good question. Okay, someone just claimed the drop frame community. There's only one, there's one drop frame show on Twitch. Could JP go to Twitch and say, like,
whoa, no,
I want this community?
That's a loaded question. Can JP? Probably. Can any other
probably not
known streamer do it?
But that brings up an interesting side question though, because drop frames is just a thing that happens on Twitch. I mean, yeah, right. It's the name of our show, but everyone drops frames also. So it's like, would they give it to him? Would they not? Would they even step in? Is that something they do?
Yeah, I don't know.
They could just put the description as a community for streams who frequently drop frames and have bad internet. And
a community of laggy streamers.
Yeah, Gold Glove would love it. Gold Glove would love it.
To bring up something that is kind of funny. You guys saw that new John Malkovich commercial, right? For the website.
I saw that Super Bowl commercial.
JohnMalkovich.com. He's trying to get it from another John Malkovich, and he won't let it go.
Yeah.
And that's like I don't know if there's any legal precedent or anything you could do.
It's domain squatting. It's exactly the same thing.
But it will also create a bad fucking precedent if we are like, we'll give you $1,000 if you give us drop frames community.
Yeah. Social vaping, by the way, number 1.
What's going to happen the first time that it is told to Twitch that someone has my community and they're with my name and they're trying to charge me money for it? Is Twitch going to go, that's between you and them? Or are they going
Yeah.
to go, that's not okay? Like that's going to be a real question that's going to may happen to somebody. Like there's tons of communities around Twitch right now that have their own unique names. That's a group of streamers that don't necessarily have a streaming group. I bet you as we speak, those names are getting taken. So what are they going to do about it? Is this like maybe, you know, I read the blog post and it didn't seem to answer a lot of this, but maybe there's more information. This is a really big feature. There's got to be more information than that blog post out there somewhere.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't want to just sit here and be uninformed at the information.
No, there's a help article that's connected to the thing.
Is there? Do they? Well, they usually, whenever they do this stuff, they usually push a help article with it, so that's good.
It's right here. I put in the.
Okay, here we go. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna read over this while you guys are talking about it more.
Okay. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is this launched about I think an hour or so, maybe even a little bit more than that before the show. So we're not too well versed on it. So keep that in mind as well. A lot of the questions that we're asking might have already been answered in that help article, which Cohh is going to read right now. I'm just seeing what else is being or has been created so far because I'm interested. Like, what's backlogs?
So, like the very first line, communities must comply with Twitch policies, including community guidelines, terms of service, and DMCA. Does that mean I can't use another company's game as my community title?
Because that trademark
would seem like it seems like any game company could then be like, that's our game name. I don't want that community being owned by that person. And they could just take it.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's going to start happening.
Does anyone know if there was an update to the terms of service pertaining specifically to the communities feature? Sorry, I had to get up and close the door. Allie had company over, and there was loud voices. I'm going through the terms of service. Does anyone know if it changed?
I don't know. I do not know.
I don't think there was a terms of service change that I heard.
Because, I mean, if they don't have some sort of clause in there that prevents transfer of community ownership for money, that should probably be added, kind of like transferring ownership of account names and such.
Yeah, you may have not seen this linked. We have a community policy and guide, Fairlight. I'll link it to you in chat here. I'm actually reading through it now, so you can take a look too.
Sure.
I kind of want to stream under Netherland because it's got a lemur in the picture, and that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cute. I kind of like that.
How about this? There's now a community called hosting where it's simply all they do is host each other. So when you're talking about abusing and manipulating numbers in the system, there's literally a community designed around let's all randomly host and boost numbers, and that's the sole focus of it. Like it's not actually a community pertaining to any specific game or genre or anything.
Someone made funny Russian stream. That's even better than just Russians. Well, maybe not.
Is that
Russian's
racist?
pretty good.
I don't
know. I don't think so. I mean, you can be you could be funny any race, really. I don't think that's
true.
racist.
Yeah.
Furry Nation. We're going Furry Nation.
Oh, hell
gosh, no.
Number one Furry Nation stream.
Unfortunately, my furry suit's in the wash, else I'd just throw it on,
Yeah.
Should I just bring Leo in here?
Maybe.
That's the cat.
Yeah. No, I thought about it and said maybe. Might be worth.
Oh,
So
TP Livewire brings up a good point. Can you exclude countries or regions? So could you have a community labeled UK streamers, France and Germany, and then ban people that aren't from those areas?
Could I make a all-white male stream community?
I mean, there's already a girls only community, so
Yeah, I don't see why not.
yeah.
Yeah, I can.
But you can be reported.
Now, hold on.
Oh, that's Fury, not Furry. Fuck, that's not as
Fury.
funny. That's not as
That's
funny.
not nearly as. That's
No,
not
it's
nearly as
Fury. It's just Fury. Like I think that's like a clan or something like that. Fuck, we got to find something new. I'll keep.
Oh, like
You guys keep talking. I'm gonna keep making.
Okay.
Funny
In our
things
initial
up.
launch of Communities Beta, we do not have full support for non-English language communities. We are working to change this and will support both non-English characters in community titles and language filters. Well, that's language. It's not really region. But, I mean, if you can filter by language, theoretically that would mean you can filter by region too. It's the same. It's almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Pape Nation.
yeah, it says keep in mind that discrimination based on race, ethnicity, gender identity, sexual orientation, age, disability, religion, or nationality is prohibited. Yeah, but women only?
I didn't hear actual gender on that list.
Yeah.
Wasn't there? Was there a women's only one? Did you guys say there was?
There was. Yeah. There's one called the female headquarter with a grill is its picture, and it says inside females only.
Listen to this.
And
I
I
was banned, timed out from a community. How can I appeal this? When you are banned or timed out from a community, you receive an email that includes the reason why this action was taken. If you believe that your punishment was not justified or would otherwise like to appeal it, you are free to reach out to the community leader as instructed in the
So
email.
they're washing their hands clean. They don't want anything to do with it.
Wow. So that's basically like, oh, did someone ban you and you think it's wrong? Cool. Talk to the guy that banned you.
All right. We're going under the Kyle.
Am I reading?
community.
Wait. Did I read that right, or is the community leader a Twitch person? Hold on. Maybe I didn't read that right.
We're going under Kyle. Description Kyle. Rules Kyle.
No. Community leader is a user.
That's kind of, I don't know. That's kind of crap. In my opinion.
It's funny to note that I was 100% joking about making a white males only community, but everyone's immediately like face palming and reacting badly. But there wasn't much of a reaction to the girls only community, so you can already see there's going to be like debates and people taking different sides on that.
Oh, yeah.
Last I heard, Fairlight actually led the alt-right. So
yeah, I do.
Just saying.
Oh God, what happens if the alt-right becomes a community and people just stream to that? Like, does that fall under their terms of service and they'll have to ban it?
I'm actually already violating my own community guidelines because I let my hair grow like beyond just the buzz cut that we normally keep.
You're fucking up. Well, I feel like we're just throwing out questions right now, and I'm just scanning for communities to join that are funny. So
real quick, and I want to point this out because a lot of people in chat right now have very valid and good questions and good opinions. If you scroll down to the very bottom of that thing that was linked to me, and I'll link this in chat again, there is a how can I submit feedback with 2 links, including a product form in which you guys can submit your questions and feedback to Twitch. So if you guys have feedback stuff, just look at the very bottom of that link that's in chat, and you can submit that to Twitch.
Yeah.
Someone already squatted on my screen name.
You can't have a screen name.
No, so no screen names and no team names?
As far as I know, you cannot have a stream name as a community.
I thought it was just team names.
There's no way they would allow you to just take a broadcaster's username and use it as your community name and not give it back. That would be ridiculous.
I'm trying to find the links here. Holy shit, that's pretty long. Right here. How can I submit feedback? Yeah. So yeah, I don't know how this will all work out. I really don't know.
It's up to Twitch. This dude right now, this is a lump of clay sitting in front of Twitch, and they get to decide what this is going to become. If they wanted to, they could make this replace game directories. Like it's totally up to them.
Yeah, partnered usernames are not allowed. That's correct. That's what staff just said in the chat. But yeah, I still thought about this. We've talked about it for an hour now. I still stand by my tweet earlier. I have no fucking clue what to do with this, and I'm completely overwhelmed by the entire idea because I don't know what's going to be good about it. I don't know like what's going to benefit me as a streamer that streams for a living in the world of communities besides just jumping on the top community. Like what?
Oh, and dude, think about being a streamer that is still growing or working towards their sub button. Like if they're numbers centric, especially how I was when I was starting out on Twitch, like you're probably looking at this and just going, what the do I do?
Yeah.
Like where do I go? What's the best way to do this? Do I need to be scanning the community page every 5 minutes while I'm streaming to make sure I'm in the right community that has the best exposure? Like where do I want to go to?
What if you just make a community that says I want to be partner me community or something like that?
There is. It's called the hosting community.
There you go, the hosting community. Yeah, go check it out. Just inflate your numbers.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Whenever I hear stuff like that, like exposure is always a plus.
Sure.
So more eyes on smaller streamers is a good thing,
without a doubt.
But making sure that that's actually happening is different. Like and that's going to be determined a lot by the streamers. Like if I go, my Neo streams in the morning, I'm lucky enough to have them be between 10 and 15K. So when I go live tomorrow morning, if I went live right now with Neo and it was the peak of my stream, I'd be at the top of the communities. Any community I pick would be at the very top of the communities page. So then if I wanted to, I could make a check these streams out community, and I could stream to that. And then anyone watching me that wanted to get into that community as well could stream to that too. And then all of a sudden, all these streamers that may never get to the top of lists normally would be listed right beside me in the front of my community. So it's kind of like, is that the intention?
Yeah.
Would I get in trouble for doing that? Or
I don't think so.
I mean,
by the way,
that's already very similar to the concept though of like a stream team though, because I used to have one specifically that was like for people who subscribed to my channel and had their own small channels waiting to get partnered. I literally just made a stream team that was just for my subs with their channels, and I would shout it out regularly. The difference is that this one just updates in real time based on viewer counts, and also anyone can join it. That's also kind of the bigger concern.
For like the most important thing is Twitch isn't promoting new viewers to go to your stream team.
That's true.
They are promoting new viewers to go to the communities category. So whoever's at the top of that category is going to get eyes on them that may not be there normally. So, and again, especially if Twitch centralizes the community feature, then that community page that you see could potentially make or break smaller streamers.
There's a thing that I just lost it. God damn it. I no longer have time or desire to lead the community that I've created. Can I transfer leadership to one of my moderators? Though we plan to build tools to enable transfers of community leadership, we do not currently support this. So literally everyone that just stole anything, itmeNation, roleplay, no, roleplay is a team. Anything related to my channel, I cannot get those as far as what I just read because they do not transfer ownership.
That answers your question about selling them, though.
That's true. Yeah.
I just read that too.
Unless they just sell their whole Twitch account.
Can you delete a community? Can a moderator delete a community?
No. In fact, not only can you not delete a community, but currently
can't get anything.
You can't even change the name. You can't do anything. So, yeah.
This is a very...
I would like to change the name of my community. How can I do that? We do not support changing community's name or URL. In the future, we plan to enable a way to change the title that displays on the community page. However, you could change the name of your community, but the URL is still going to be Fairlight-White Power Haven. Unfortunately. But you could change the title. So it could be like, come here for inclusion. And then the URL would be Fairlight's White Power Haven.
Yeah.
A little awkward, but doable.
This is a very, I guess, big streamer first world problem. But like any one of my subs have DM'd me and stuff on Twitch and said, hey, I grabbed this for you. I literally will never get those communities until Twitch implements something else. So I can't have anything that's related to my channel like itmeNation, the name of my community, because I didn't grab it. I wish Twitch would have reached out to streamers and said, would you like to grab 5 communities? Please contact us because we're launching tomorrow.
That would be cool and also extreme favoritism.
100% right. But we're the ones that are going to be targeted at it.
Well,
I know why people would take it.
Go ahead.
You know what, people? Because I hope one of the New Game Plus people took New Game Plus because I just tried to take it and it's gone.
You can remember you can't name a group after a team.
But is it New Game Plus? There's Team New Game Plus.
That's mine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, this does seem. I know this is just like a temporary solution, but you can, as the moderator of a community, appoint other moderators. So if someone did snag it with the intention of giving it to you, they could just make you a moderator, and then they just don't touch it anymore.
Okay.
Now you are effectively running it, even if you're not listed as the owner.
Yeah, but what if that guy says, "Oh, I don't like this streamer anymore"?
You better be real nice to him then until you.
Like I gotta suck his dick 24/7 and make sure.
It's just like a subreddit.
Yeah.
If you want to keep posting that subreddit, you keep the admins happy. You don't piss them off. That's how it works.
Great.
It's exactly how it works on subreddits. It's how it's going to work here.
Yeah,
there's going to be users in the community that become power users potentially.
Yeah.
And if it gets to the point where one person that doesn't stream befriends 5 major streamers and all of a sudden their community is always on the top of the communities list, then that person becomes a gatekeeper to exposure.
Here's another thing right now. I am unbelievably alienated by communities. I probably won't use it at all. I suspect a lot of other big streamers will probably never use a community thing.
Then you're literally just losing exposure. That's all you're doing. You're shooting yourself.
Maybe in the future. Right now, though, it's such a mess that I don't think I'm streaming under Kyle. Like, what is the exposure of Kyle?
What's the description of
I think the exposure is something that Twitch wants to eventually happen. I think it's something that you want to eventually happen as well.
Well, keep in mind, we're talking about a 3-hour-old feature.
Exactly,
so I'm sure tomorrow morning when we log on, when Summit, Tim the Tapman, Lyric, when these guys start up their stream tomorrow and pick a community to be a part of, that's when we're going to start seeing these things get crazy. Like, what community is Summit going to pick, and how many people are going to pick that? What community is Lyric going to pick, and how many people are going to stream under that?
Cole, you know what'll happen
when I start streaming at 8 a.m. and there's someone who's been streaming for 24 hours and he's cool game community, and they're at the very top of the communities list.
Co,
I play in a cool game.
1000%.
I may jump in that too.
This needs to be noted. Apparently, moderators cannot edit community pages
After it's live.
After it's live, only the community creator can edit. Apparently.
Okay, that's
editing a community page is short list, short description, long description, and rules.
An image,
and
right?
the banner.
That's
and the banner and thumbnail.
Yeah.
Yes.
Code, to your question of Soda Pop and Lyrics and Tim's Summits, they're not going to try to join a worthwhile community. They're going to do exactly what I'm doing and join Kyle or join Vape Nation. So like, I don't see the it's going to take. I don't know. I don't think this will be beneficial.
Communities could just become a giant meme.
It's going to be a giant meme. It already is a giant meme. That's what I was doing on the show 10 minutes ago for the past hour, is just fucking finding Russians, Vape Nation.
You're the problem, JP.
I'm not the problem. Twitch is the problem for creating a shitty fucking product. This is terrible. There's no good uses for this. I'm sorry.
Well, again, it's
hold on.
It's a good attempt at something. It's not like.
But there's a point that I want to bring up. The category system is possibly going to replace the hashtag system and create it.
Wait, what?
I mean, it's not. They'll still have it.
Oh, you mean?
The community system is going to replace the hashtag system.
Yeah.
So now that brings up an interesting point.
So if you're doing like
because
painting, you don't do hashtag painting, you put yourself in painting.
Now, Zeke, quick follow up to something you just said. A lot of creative streamers have talked about how they like that there's one banner they can stream under because it helps all of their exposure and all of their smaller streams add up to something bigger. Is doing a separate community for each of those hashtags going to be better or worse for them?
Yeah, that's true.
Are we still live or did JP get banned yet?
Not yet. We're still good.
Not yet. Okay.
I'll let you know.
I don't know. Twitch.
I'm leaning. I try not to be overtly negative about anything, but I'm having trouble finding a ton of positive to find here. It feels almost like a solid foundation for what could be a good product, but people don't move into foundations. They move into completed houses, and it just feels like this one needed some more work or some more thought put into it before they rolled it out.
I use that house analogy frequently. I'm not going to lie.
I did not hear you use it, so I'm claiming it.
No. That's great. That's a good analogy in this case, I think, and I actually agree with it. And the same analogy I use all the time is you don't work on the second floor of a house when your foundation's leaking. Like and this also feels like one of those situations where it definitely should have been a little bit. First of all, like, slower implementation, staged implementation, like little bit slower. Let us kind of work with it a little bit. Maybe a couple odd Skype focus groups.
Here's a perfect example. They rolled out bits in a slow process. Bits is something that monetarily affects broadcasters.
Oh shit! Hold on, I need to go get house analogy community.
There you go. They just announced this to the world in something that would have benefited so much by a slow release, but does not monetarily benefit a broadcaster directly. It's more indirectly. So I feel like they need to swap those two philosophies around and make the things that do benefit a broadcaster monetarily open to everyone, and things like this that are so, I don't know, it's going to be overrun by memes for the next month.
One thing that is kind of interesting though is this is definitely a feature that of course broadcasters are going to use. I mean, we pick the community and everything, but this may be one of those times when it's like this feature is not for us. So in Twitch's point of view, they may be looking at this and going, look at all these partners complaining, and this feature isn't even for them, while we're sitting here like on the other end of the spectrum going, how could you implement something like this without telling us? It seems like there's a lot of ground between those two perspectives.
It does seem like there'd be a bit of a diminishing returns to it if you're already an established channel that gets a lot of traffic and you're already raking in loads of viewers. Like joining a community page, like you're probably already at the top of your preferred game director. I'm guessing, whenever you go live, you're probably on top of Neo and any other major streamer who's playing their primary game during their prime time, during their schedule. They're probably already on the top. So like being listed at the top of a community may not really help us all that much, but it would, I guess it's geared more towards helping out the smaller broadcasters. The only problem with that is that we have an insane amount of influence over it, even if it's a feature that wasn't meant for us.
And Fairlight, that comes back to the point, how much is Twitch going to really promote communities? Because here's the thing. If I use a community every day and Twitch starts heavily promoting communities, well, if I'm the top streamer community, they're basically promoting me. Like I would be the very top stream in that list.
Right.
So that would be basically them going, check out these big streamers. But then if I didn't use community, then it would be the opposite of that. It would be taking the viewers that would be seeing me and disseminating them in the community of communities. So yeah,
there's no middle ground.
And JP, that kind of goes back to that thing about what you said, where it's like, I don't think I'm going to use a community. Well, you're literally just losing out on those people if you do that. Like, and that why wouldn't you do it at that point?
Yeah.
But again, and all this comes back to how much Twitch promotes it.
I want to ask any Twitch staff in the chat, where do I find the communities that I've created?
Oh yeah, is there like a dashboard or something?
Have you just been sitting there mass creating communities and you've already forgotten how many you've made?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've just made 35 communities and I didn't write them down. So
no, I can only make 5, but I'm not sure if I've made 2 or 3 yet.
What were you saying, Co? Everyone's talking at once.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just scrolling down.
I've already talked enough about this.
There's also a lot of
start talking about games at some point.
There's also a lot of communities that have 0 viewers. So if a community is created, does it always show up in the yeah? Like I'm looking at right now.
I thought you had to have a viewer or a. Oh no, that means that someone is streaming to that community without any viewers. But I think every community has to have a streamer in it to show up in that list. So anything you're seeing with 0 viewers is somebody streaming to that with no one watching, which is unfortunate.
I mean, I just clicked on it and no one's streaming. So I wonder if
maybe someone just was.
And I mean, here I'll hit refresh and immediately go to the bottom and see what happens.
Well, it can't possibly just show every community that's ever made. There's thousands of those at this point.
I mean,
there's hundreds of communities currently with 0 viewers showing.
No way.
Yeah, there's a ton. Yeah,
communities showing with 0 viewers. It looks like they're just always listed. I don't know if this is all of them or not, but
social vaping's now at 0. Fuck, that community's dead. Rip.
I'm seeing probably 180 channels right now, or I'm sorry, 180 community directories with not a single viewer in it. I'm gonna check out Anime Sucks. There are currently.
I'm going under Anime Sucks. That's too good.
Here's the answer. Here's the answer to your question directly, Co. Under this community that I just randomly picked, there are currently no channels streaming to this community.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, so
that's
that's really weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
My one hope right now in life.
So there's no way to see like the communities that I personally have created.
I don't think so. Unless you just find them.
Okay.
My one hope in life right now is that, this is hitting the internet. People are writing stories and they're going to twitch.tv, looking at the communities and seeing that anime_sucks is the #1 community on Twitch and we're streaming under it. That would make my day. That would make my fucking day if that's what happens.
Someone's already snagged Dungeons and Dragons too, and they have the banner and the cover art.
Yeah. That brings up another good question. Like, okay, what happens when there's multiple communities for all the little micro communities in a bigger one, like D&D? Mm-hmm. Like, okay, what if is there going to be a D&D community, a Dungeons and D community, a D and Dragons community, a D&D community? Like, and at which point, which one becomes the big one, and how do you decide which to join? Like, if you're a streamer who's streaming with your friends D&D, and you pull up that list, and there's 7 different ones.
Yeah. I don't know.
Does it show like how many viewers are in each one? Are you supposed to go to the one with the most viewers? Are you supposed to go to one of people you know? Like, what's the thinking? I wonder what the thinking is there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, if you're looking to game the system and get numbers, there's really only one right answer there. You just join the biggest one.
Just join the biggest one. Hope you don't get kicked.
Or alternately, join the biggest one that you can take the top spot in. Is another thought worth looking at.
That's where it's going to get weird, man. When people start thinking like that, that's when it's going to get weird. Because what happens when you're in a community and you're like, yeah, top spot, and then your page reloads and all of a sudden you're not. Or you're like, oh shit, got to join another community. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Let me join another community real quick.
Yeah, let me switch to one where I'm on top. And I will confess that when I was a smaller streamer trying to get partnered, I did the exact same thing with some other games that I was playing.
Totally.
Back when I was getting probably 300 or 400 viewers right before I got partnered, sometimes when I was looking to pick which game to play, one of the considerations was looking at it and seeing, is there anyone bigger than me streaming this game?
Dude, that's smart.
No? Okay, cool.
Oh,
that means if I go live here, I'm on top of the list.
100%.
I got my sub button that way following Towley in Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great. That's how many streamers make their break. Is they play a game behind a major streamer, and then when that major streamer moves on from the game, all the people from that streamer's community that still want to watch the game go to the next guy.
Hello, members of the DayZ community from Gold Glove channel. Hi, I'm Fairlight. I got partnered because of you guys. No, I know I know that pattern very well, and it feels like communities is just another way to do the same thing. But now you're going to be seeing like duplicate communities that are tied almost to the same thing, and also because any one game could like involve 10 different communities, it just gives you the freedom to just like bounce around between a bunch of them. It seems really chaotic.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. There's way too many questions. I wish we would have had like a day to think about this before we came on the show, because we've just been like stream of consciousness for the past hour about why
we're sitting here like debating the rules when the answers are in front of us in this FAQ.
Pretty much.
We're sorry, guys. Normally we try to prepare a little more than this.
Yeah.
But like it was literally 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be great. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna search for like, let's see.
Whatever you say on the stream.
JP. No, I just want to see itmeJP.
Oh.
And do the search.
Uh-huh. I think someone already got itmeJP with an S. Someone said they created that.
itmeJP sucks. itmeJP is gay.
Ooh, that got through their filter. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing, I guess, but they're trying to
itmeJP
say
is
it's
a
bad.
good boy. itmeJP is a good boy.
I'm streaming under that. That's the _1 community now. Sorry, anime.
Wait, you can just put in your name, and this is like Googling yourself.
itmeJP copies lyric.
I just found itme_co_fairlight.
I saw that, yeah. I don't see
I don't know why
Zeke
Zeke
sucks.
isn't
I think
there,
that
but-
got banned. Or it's not there.
Is there a search function specifically in the community page?
Yeah, where are you doing that at, Zeke?
Or are you just hitting Control F on the main page?
Nope, you go to the right, and it's just the search, the fucking magnifying glass.
Oh, you need to make sure
there
you're
it
in the
is.
new dashboard.
No, you can do it from the community page.
No, I'm on the community page, not the dashboard.
Oh, cool.
Where
I just
is
did
it
from
on
my
there?
dashboard.
Oh,
Fine.
okay, right there.
Well, when I type in itmeJP, it just pulls up his channel. It's not pulling up a community.
Yeah, if
Try
I
from
do...
your dashboard.
Are you on communities?
I'm on the communities page. I'm not on my dashboard.
Okay, hold on. So you're on the communities page. You see the little bar on the right, right?
Yes, filter by
At the top
name
of the-
or game.
The top of the bar is the magnifying glass.
Right.
Select communities first, and then hit the search. And then you can expand the entire list.
Some of those I think are banned, because if I try to stream under
I
any of those, I
gotcha.
don't see any of them, Zeke.
Yeah, no, I was doing it over on the right above like I think I was searching my own follow directory because there's
wait,
two identical search bars.
These are channels, I think. Those are channels.
So those are usernames.
Whoops, those are usernames. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
because the only thing I see, under community is
That's
itmeNation, itmeCo, Fairlight, and itmeJP with an S.
Yeah, I was honestly looking at usernames. That's totally my fault.
All right.
Yep.
I wanted to stream under like itmeJP sucks or whatever. That would have been great. But if it's a username, so what about that then? You can't create a community unless you have an account for 90 days. But if you create an ID, then you can't have that ID become a community because it's it's not a partner channel. That's stipulation. Never mind. That's a good way of thinking, but it was a bad thought. Co looked very confused when I said that.
Okay.
Because I was going to say, like, you could steal a bunch of community names, but you have to be a partnered stream for it to be locked in.
Yeah.
No, I actually thought I was searching communities because communities was highlited while I was searching it. But it's not, doesn't work that way.
By the way, shout out to Twitch, whoever wrote this FAQ. Like, this is,
very
now that I've had a
in-depth.
chance to read over it, this is a lot more in-depth than they usually go with new features.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it's
Yeah.
our very own Shannon, if I'm not mistaken. Shannon's at Killer, but I'm not positive.
There you go. Shout out to
Whoever
Shannon.
it
was
was
taking-
over there, thank you.
At least she was taking credit in the chat. If it wasn't.
That was you, Shannon. I love you. You're awesome. Thank you.
I'm going to refresh once more and see. So the other thing, too, is this could probably be used for sold streams in the sense that a sold stream, this For Honor thing, all of the people that are doing this For Honored sponsored stream this week for the next 4 days or whatever could stream under that community of like For Honor, whatever the team wants to name it as. So I could see how that could work. Is like if Ubisoft wants to do that and then have everyone stream to that community.
For Honor, hashtag ad.
Hashtag ad. Yeah, I don't know what it would be.
Everyone in here has been bought to stream this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually raises a
That'd
good
be
question. Like, because this also creates an opportunity to make communities or community names Actually, no, I guess that wouldn't work because the streamer themselves has to opt into a community. I was thinking of like you could make a derogatory thing and then list people under it, but this is self-opting in. I was thinking more of like along Twitter lines.
Yeah.
But
also, community lists are not permanent. So if you stream in a community and then the next day you don't, like you're essentially have never been in that community. Like it's only when you're streaming what you have selected at that time. So there's no kind of like permanent user list or anything like that. The first thing I did when I found communities is how do I add people? But then it's like, oh wait, you don't do that at all. Like
you
that's
can't
not
follow
how
a
this works.
community, or can you follow communities or no?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
can
You still can't
Let's
follow
see.
teams, JP.
Yeah, that's true.
If they put in
let's
community
see.
following before teams,
I really wonder the beginning of all this. If it started out as, well, we want to make speedrunning its own game, but how do we make a game where you have, or games as it is in the Twitch world, where there are a billion different games that you can speedrun, so they can't just join that because there's so many different games. So let's try to work on that, and that's how Communities was built. I wonder if that's where this all started. If it was from the whole idea of trying to figure out where to put speedrunning on Twitch. Because I really don't see where else it comes from.
now someone just brought up an interesting question. What if a Twitch sponsor were to make a community and pay people to stream in it? So I'm just completely throwing a name out here, but a name I see around all the time. What if you went to the community and the top thing was all paid streamers for Steel Series? The Steel Series community.
Yeah.
What if part of a sponsorship involved streaming every day in a sponsor's community?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think that's actually a good use for communities.
Yeah, where do I sign up, actually?
That would almost invalidate the community aspect of the entire seeming point of the feature.
Because
Well, and
it's
also,
paid.
like,
It'd be great for
you
us.
could-
It'd be
you could-
terrible for any
Well, hold
medium,
on,
smaller
Co, that's
sites.
what
It'd be
people
great
do
for
for-
anyone paid to stream.
Co, that's what
but
people do
not
for
be great
games,
for
right?
us. It'd be
streamers.
terrible for everyone else.
Co, that's what they already do for games. That's why For Honor is paying so many streamers to do For Honor streams this week, because they want to bump For Honor up on the top of Twitch. It's the same exact
That's
thing.
True. That's absolutely true. You're right. You're
So-
right.
At
So
that point-
and I don't
at
see
that
anything in
point,
the
though, do
FAQ
you-
against it.
Yeah.
At that point, do you really even call it a community, though?
Well,
I mean, I guess.
These
It's a weird
these are those
thing.
little questions, man. These
Yeah.
are the questions.
it's a weird thing for sure. Yeah.
Oh God, a G2A.
A
community.
G2A community would be pretty funny. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sure they're already thinking about it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. It's going to be
It's gonna be interesting.
yeah.
There's a lot of different ways this could develop. A lot, and it's all organic, so no one can call which way this is going to go. But the next few weeks is
and
gonna be really interesting. Is this going to be like a new front, or is this going to be something that just
fizzles
like
out.
IRL?
Yeah.
Oh, big hubbub when it came out, and then it just kind of faded away.
Well, I mean, if you're thinking from a company standpoint, that would be a super easy way to like.
Track everyone or something like
You
that.
don't even need to have your own channel anymore if you're a company. If you're like Corsair or Nvidia
true.
or something like that, you say you don't have to stream on our channel anymore. You stream on your own channel. Just put it under our community, and there you go. They'll find us there.
That's a
They'll
good
find
point.
Which
all
would
of
honestly,
the streamers that we are paying right there.
That's a great point.
that would be a better option than having their own channel anyway, because
Oh
like,
hell yeah!
100%
right-
better.
yeah, because right now, I mean, I know Nvidia has their own
yeah.
channel that has 8 or 9 different streamers that broadcast on it regularly, and I don't know about you guys, but when I tune into the same channel and I find it's a different streamer every time, I tend not to follow those channels.
Not only that, but the viewership for said streamer when they're streaming on NVIDIA compared to their actual pages is always less. I've never seen it be more. So
Right.
if I was NVIDIA, I would delete that. I'd go and create a community and then just have all the people that are in the NVIDIA team stream on that and then heavily moderate the fuck out of it and just ban anyone else that tries to stream under
with
it.
the
Sorry,
API,
NVIDIA,
you
we
can
just
already
ruined
set
it.
up a bot that just bans everyone that's not on a list.
Really?
So you can basically turn a
Like a
community
whitelist?
into a team, like I was saying about the Team New Game Plus thing at the beginning.
Wow.
So, I mean, you could basically easily set it up so everyone except the people you want are moderated right out of the community, and as long as one big streamer is in that to put it at the top of the list, you get to decide who's on the top of the community list.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, NVIDIA, because now your community name is inevitably taken and we can't transfer ownership.
No, it's the name of a channel.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a channel name. That's true.
Yeah, there's always that stipulation that I keep forgetting.
So whoever
It's a good thing they put that one in there.
Congrats to you.
Yeah, well, there's already there's Team NVIDIA ES, and then the description and the rules just link to this person's stream who's streaming under that, and he's the only person.
The rules are my channel. Welcome to the community.
What is that? I mean, that's literally what Team NVIDIA ES. Description is the stream, rules is the stream, and then that's the person streaming. And then if that person is the moderator, what is that red thing? Does that mean they're live? Or is it, do you guys know what that is? If you could look at Skype real quick.
The red thing?
Yeah, if you look at Skype real quick, what does that mean next to their name? Is that like a...
Which community is that under?
I'm looking in Skype. I don't see anything.
On the camera, not on the
Up there on
text.
this camera.
Yeah. What does that mean? Does that mean they're live? I'll blow it up.
It looks like they just put an emoji in their title.
Doesn't? Yeah, I think that's just an emoji.
Just an emoji? Okay.
You can put like little check marks and thumbs up things.
I didn't know it could be colored though, but anyways.
I've seen some weird ones. Anthony puts weird things in his title all the time.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. I'm sure we'll be talking about this in the weeks to come here on the show.
Oh, hey, JP, I just found the community for us to stream under.
What's that?
It's called Small Streamers.
Let's go.
Yep.
Oh, hold on. I got kicked out of the community, I think. It says I'm no longer streaming under the community.
Wait, never mind.
You get an email. You should get an email if you got banned.
Did I get an email? Let's see.
That's what the FAQ said.
From which community did we get banned?
I think Anime Sucks banned us.
Oh, okay. Never mind. The small streamers, it stipulates in the rules your stream must have less than 100 viewers. So we'll get banned from that.
I just want to get banned from a community to see what it looks like.
Now, hold on a second. The small streamers community, you can't be in there without more than 100 viewers.
No,
they
less.
Totally shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, it's never going to go anywhere.
I was just thinking.
Think about it.
So,
a big streamer could drop into there, and all of a sudden, all the other smaller streamers are at the top of the list. Like, when I heard you say that, I was like, oh, that'd be cool. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll join the smaller streamers community. And that way, even though I'm huge, when people click that community, they'd see all the other smaller streamers. But I guess I can't do that. They banned me.
Well, right now there's only one person in that community. So assuming we joined right now, his community would be bumped up to the top of the list, and it would just be us and then one guy with 4 viewers. Like, obviously that's going to help him out.
And then when he sees it, he would ban us.
Well, no. Do you think he would really ban at that point? Like, even though the rules say you must have less than 100 viewers, he's got to put 2 and 2 together and think, oh, well, as long as they're in here, my community is going to be number 1. I probably shouldn't ban him.
You think he would have thought that before he wrote the rule, huh?
Yeah,
but there's nothing
Co,
making him
hold on. He can't go back and change it, so it doesn't matter. He's fucked.
He can. No, you can edit
he's not.
those.
He doesn't have to follow his own rules.
I thought you couldn't edit rules and stuff once it was made. I thought that's what you said earlier.
No, you can edit everything but the title and URL. But they are going to allow title switching later.
Okay.
Hear me out. He doesn't have to enforce his own rules.
That's true. He doesn't. Yeah.
That's exactly my point. He has the rules already set in stone. He can't edit it, but who gives a crap? He's the one that's clicking that ban button. So what if he just says, I don't feel like enforcing it right now because it benefits me personally?
I kind of want to bomb him and see if he bans himself.
So I did not know this. I did not know this earlier. The description for anime_sucks is, so the other day I was walking my dog and I was like, what the heck, it is snowing. So the point of the story is to tell you that you should all subscribe to something, I'm not going to say the name, on YouTube. Remember, for 30 days you can sign up to my Patreon and donate to my Audible account where I'm giving away 17 loot boxes and geek boxes. Thanks for watching. The rules are dislike anime, number 2 is like anime, 3 have an anime profile pic, and 4 don't have an anime profile pic. So it's just like a fucking fuck all account, which is ridiculous. But I don't know, man. I don't know. This whole thing is kind of out of control, and I think it's going to continue to be because it's not moderated by Twitch. It's moderated by the community. Communities are moderated by the community.
No. It's there's Twitch moderation.
Not very light.
In the FAQ it says that there is a certain amount of moderation that's going on. So, like, for instance, you couldn't make a community called hardcore porn and then put a picture of like some topless lady as the picture.
Right.
Like, that's gonna get banned.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
There are limits, absolutely.
Sure.
But how far they want to go with that? Oh God, here we go.
I think if I'm not mistaken, there's already one with Jesus flipping the camera off.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes
Now,
sense.
what's going to be interesting is what's going to happen when communities start popping up that are like staunchly religious or political.
Right. Or hot topic stuff in the news. Yeah, that's going to pop up. And they can't ban
To
it
be
because...
in this community, you must be an atheist.
Right. And what are they going to do? Ban that because they don't want to have that hot topic on Twitch? Like, they can't do that.
It's already
really
stuff
weird.
that broadcasters discuss on their own channels anyway. So
Oh,
it's
yeah, for
like-
sure.
Yeah.
So that it's
Well,
not like that would ever be removed.
Also,
Between
just
communities / pro-life.
for
Yeah.
clarification, real quick, I thought I heard one of you say you can't edit the rules. Is that true?
That's what I
So
thought.
you
Ko
can
said
edit
that
the
earlier.
rules, the description, and the long description. Those you can always edit, and you can
Okay.
edit the graphics at the top. The things you can't edit are the title of the community, the name of it, and the URL that goes to it.
All right.
Okay.
You have
Gotcha.
to be the owner of the community to make those edits, though. As someone pointed out earlier, moderators, which you can add after the fact, cannot change those.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yep.
No, I was asking because there was like 50 people in chat were ripping my head off saying I'm making stuff up. I think I just misheard you and thought I heard a T on the end there.
I heard something like that too. So I'm glad.
Yeah, because I thought I heard you say can't edit the rules, and I was like, oh well, it doesn't matter if you can edit the rules because if you're the leader of the community, you literally just decide when you choose to enforce the rules
You
and when
absolutely,
not to.
and you can make the rules and just choose not to enforce them.
You could
It's
make the
all,
rules.
since it's user created, it's user moderated. So
You
the
could
rules
also
honestly don't
enforce-
mean shit unless the moderator enforces them.
forces it.
Well,
You can
okay,
you can
okay.
enforce the opposite too. You could list your rules as whatever you want, and just to troll people, you could like do the opposite. And then guess what? Guess who they appeal to? The guy who did it. So,
Well, one of the long-standing rules, I've had these rules for like 2 years, 3 years now. Rule number 5 of my channel is don't hit on me because I can't do anything about it, and then I get mad. It's
Hold
a
on,
joke
Tino's-
rule, but it's a rule that I don't enforce.
Yeah.
Tino's just linked this. Any content or activity that facilitates, promotes, or encourages discrimination, harassment, or violence based on race, ethnicity, gender identity, sexual orientation, age, disability, religion, or nationality is prohibited.
Right.
Okay, that's
But pro-life
cool.
is-
Pro-life doesn't fit into any of those. Yeah.
But wait, but Tino said so you couldn't make the atheist-only community and ban anyone that's not atheist. but then would Twitch
I don't know why I
enforce
find
that?
that funny.
Like this is where it gets really like. Tino's, are you saying that Twitch would actually enforce something like that?
Well, his answer is yes, but is he really going to enforce it? That's the question. Is it
That's the
really going to
question
be
I'm asking.
enforced? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was such a hard push to get emotes in the world that they are now because there was so many emotes being constantly moderated every single fucking day from all the thousands of partners. And now they're adding in communities. How in the fuck are they going to moderate this when anyone that has an account that's 90 days or older can go in and create a community? Like, that is a
I can't wait to
gigantic
see-
task of moderation.
It's going to be interesting to see what the Bodies, Forsons, like Ice Poseidons whenever he's back.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be
All
interesting
right,
to see
hold
what these guys are
Hold
putting
on,
into their
hold on, hold on.
communities.
We're forgetting. Tino's brought this up. We're forgetting that one of the main rules of communities is it can't violate any Twitch TOS, which includes like political like rhetoric and that kind of shit.
Well,
Promoting,
Yeah,
I think,
no.
rhetoric or agendas or shit like
I mean,
that.
they're not like back in
where
the
in the terms of
election, no
service?
broadcaster was going to get banned or warned for, promoting their political views. So
Yeah, I can't think of anywhere in the terms of service we're not allowed to share our viewpoints. And if you have a community centered around like all that stuff you can discriminate against or like stuff you cannot discriminate against. What about Republican or Democrat? That doesn't fit into any of those. You could easily create a politics community if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It's not prohibited.
Yeah, you're right.
Huh.
And Twitch streamed the national committee, the
RNC
the
and the
Democratic
DNC, yeah.
National, yeah. They already stream politics on Twitch directly as an official function. You certainly can't ban a community around it if you're going to feature it.
Without a doubt.
And also, like another good point. Tino's has a habit of making pretty decent points because he's a sharp dude. But he said we already moderate millions of Twitch channels. Do you think communities is going to add that much more work?
I think
Probably, yeah.
Well,
because if you're moderating millions of accounts, then that's millions of accounts that can create millions of communities. It's literally doubling the work.
How many of those millions of accounts remain active after 90 days and would actually go through the effort to create a community, though?
I don't
think the
know.
number dwindles drastically. I'm not.
Create a team
I-
that actually has people in it, or create a community that actually has
I mean,
people.
I'm playing devil's advocate here, but if you can troll, people will troll. It's the internet. So like with that in mind, people could just go to these old accounts and just make a community, and then it has to be moderated.
I guess in many cases, though, is it even going to matter? Because if there's a community that obviously exists exclusively
Probably
just to be a troll joke of a community, it's probably never going to get more than just a few viewers unless it is highlighted by a major streamer who draws attention to it.
Right.
And at that point, it's going to be like 1,000 people hitting the report button. So Twitch is immediately going to know, oh, okay, this guy is being an idiot. Shut that one down. But then if there's another community that's really a problem, if it's only getting like 1 or 2 viewers, like no one's going to see it. And even if it doesn't get moderated or enforced, like it doesn't affect anything.
Maybe so.
Well, yeah, and I think it's the same thing with very clever usernames that kind of weasel their way around the username rules that get reported.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like a funky spelling of Adolf Hitler or whatever, or like phonetically, and then until someone sees it and gets reported, it'll stick around, but no one's gonna fucking care because they won't see it until it gets reported.
Sure. Yep.
So you know what? We should probably start talking about games.
Well, let's take a break.
Wait, is this a gaming channel?
This is important stuff, so I feel
This is
good
important
to talk
stuff, but
about
we're
it.
so uninformed and we have no idea where it's going, and like 90% of this has been conjecture. So I mean, like,
I mean, I don't think it's been conjecture at all. I think
No, we
I've
got
seen
people
staff
going
say
back
like
and
that's a
forth
good
with
point
us.
in chat without a doubt.
yeah, I mean, it's it was a discussion we had to have, but
Yeah. Well, let's take a break.
We
'cause-
definitely have to see more from Twitch at this point.
without a doubt, and we have to see what happens to communities moving forward. That is probably the biggest thing here, and probably a great way to end this is what the fuck happens a week from now. Do people use this? Is it something that's being used widely across the platform, or is it forgotten like any other product that Twitch has made in the past couple of months? Like, we'll just have to see.
And just to let you fucking naysayers know, like this is not so. I've never viewed this as solely a fucking video game podcast talk show thing.
Yeah.
This is an all-encompassing like Twitch community, like talk show podcast.
Without a doubt, 100%.
Yeah. So like sometimes we will spend an hour and a half talking about bits that just got released and that kind of shit.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, let's take a break because there's no way to transition out of this smoothly. We just have to hard break, and then we'll come back and talk about For Honor, Neo, a tiny bit about Wildlands because there's not that much to talk about to begin with.
A lot of clips, a lot of good clips.
A lot of good clips. What else? Conan. Let's talk about dicks on Twitch because that's going to be a thing, and probably some other stuff as well. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. More drop frames after this. We'll see you guys in just a bit.